that, which was
Well, I think he was a virgin, is what I took
sure.
from it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that too.
Nerd.
That too. And then you have this girl who's like all over him all the time, you know.
Yeah, like a sex pod.
Yeah.
That was a directorial choice. Like the director Arthur Penn refused the movie several times when he was offered, and when he did accept it, he accepted it on one of the biggest conditions was making character impotent. He felt like it was a way of stripping away that male power and fueling some of that overall upset, because in real life, like most of the things that happened in the movie Bonnie and Clyde mirrored what happened almost verbatim in real life. Like the real life story, after I went deep diving, I was shocked how many of these things actually happened. And one of the things was Clyde was put away in prison for a while. And during his time in prison, this was before he met Bonnie, he was repeatedly raped. And then eventually, he had not killed anyone at this point. He was in there for robbery. And I think he'd been in there like a couple of years. And then one day he lured his rapist into like a isolated part of the prison yard and beat him in the skull to death with a lead pipe.
Oh, wow.
Now, there was another inmate in there was serving life without parole, and that guy took the rap for Clyde, which is why he got out of prison.
Oh, wow.
So he got out after 3 years instead of like serving his, and he never got pinned. Like they found this out later.
Wow.
So his first murder was in prison and was his rapist. So he probably had some issues.
So that backstory is very interesting, and you know, in the movie, I think it would help like shape his character a little bit more too. You know what I mean?
They did mention, like, they alluded to that in the film.
Yeah.
Also true is that when he was in prison, it's sad because he was let out so much sooner than he would have been. He thought he was going to be there a long time, and he didn't want to work all those long hours in the prison yard. So he did purposely hack off his big toe. So he could physically not do the work, and he would have to be inside doing a different job.
Huh.
Holy fuck.
That guy was nutter all the way.
Pinky toe. You don't cut the big toe off.
I think the big toe is probably because of her balance and stuff.
Exactly.
Without.
Because he was smashing rocks.
Yeah, you need
You still have to work. You lose a toe and have to work. That would suck.
Yeah, exactly. And I guess a lot of I totally get like the complaints as far as Bonnie and Clyde goes, but I guess, it was kind of like, was the 60s. I guess I expected it to be kind of like, here's what happened. Like, we got to get through all these things, and here are the big highlights for a story that at that time, everyone in America.
Yeah.
I think it was a pretty common story at that point, which is more probably, I think, more why it was such a big hit than it being like this fantastic script.